Hi everybody, this is Oleg. Welcome to Oregon Preparedness. Over the years, often I thought that a real big SHTF will probably come in the form of nuclear war, and it still might come that way. Of course, as we were progressing and there was more and more talk about possible viruses. All the movies didn't help because in the movies often you see all these viruses attacking the whole planet. I started to shift my thinking that maybe it's not going to be nuclear war who that will just wipe out a bunch of people and make major chaos. And now that we are in the middle of this pandemic, whether it's real or semi-real, most of us can agree that it's a man-made pandemic. I thought about something. What if somebody would push that button and in the middle of all this chaos that we already have on our hands, with economies just completely being destroyed before our eyes already, with people afraid of their own shadows already. Can you imagine if nuclear war would strike? That would be, I hope it doesn't happen, because that would be awful. That would be just so bad. Of course, if that happened, maybe the only thing it would stop is probably production of those vaccines. Otherwise, it would be major chaos. It's probably unlikely right now, but it is a possibility. What if that big volcano in Yellowstone decides to erupt? Same thing. On top of this problem, can you imagine if supervolcano would just erupt and cover the whole United States with ash and probably half the world with ash? Or what if we had major earthquake, the big one, as they like to refer to it? Probably many of you have seen movie San Andreas. In addition to this crisis we are having right now. Or a major tsunami, something that would just wipe out the whole entire west coast of the United States and Canada, for example, or east coast, or both. And major tsunami, of course, can happen with the help of somebody. I think, I'm not obviously an expert in it, but I'm willing to say that if really powerful nuclear device was detonated somewhere not too far away from the coast, it would probably create massive tsunami. Or what if they would detonate several of them? So I was just thinking, there is so many things. This whole world hangs by a thin thread from not completely being destroyed. Right now, as far as cities and buildings and bridges, nothing is destroyed, but the economy is. The people faith in anything is destroyed. Everybody's afraid of everything, for the most part. All we need is another crazy event, some world catastrophic event that would just probably put an end to everything. And it can happen. Not likely, but it can happen. Some of you probably have seen these series called Walking Dead. It's one of my favorite series. It's survival show that, every time I watch it, I try to learn something new that I could possibly implement if I had to in my own life. Or one of the best movies about survival, The Road. That movie was made, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. I don't remember. But if you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it. Watch The Road. The Walking Dead, I would also recommend anybody to watch it. But it's a lot more to see than just one single movie. But what I'm trying to say, if we have some other major event, it will be complete SHTF. And then it's gonna be true surviving. So I would recommend watching at least movie The Road. Watch some of the episodes of Walking Dead, among other shows. And get ready, because some major event can happen. It could be another event, man-made event, or it could be natural. And of course, some natural events are caused by man that looks like totally natural. It's still caused by man often. Either way, if some big event like that happened, we all will be completely screwed. So we need to prepare, because I think, as I mentioned before, this coronavirus thing is just a grand practice for something bigger to come. And maybe none of them events that I mentioned, maybe none of them will happen in the near future. But I still believe that this event with coronavirus is a practice for something bigger. The second wave might be 10 times worse than the first wave, because first wave literally is nothing. I mean, it destroyed the economy worldwide already, and it's getting worse. But at least for most parts, everybody is alive. I don't believe, honestly, and that's just my opinion, but I don't believe none of the reports how many dead. And even if those reports are true, people die every day from everything, from regular flu, from other diseases, and nobody is panicking about it. Nobody is just screaming from the top of their lungs that this is pandemic. Yet people die. People die from regular cough, regular flu. You don't see no hysteria on TV over that. So this is obviously just well-organized event. And once again, I'm not saying it's not real. The virus is real, but it's real like anything else. They just choose that to blow out of proportion. But the worst is yet to come. This is just the beginning. Alright, everybody, have a good day. Get more ready. Buy more food. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, food is already starting to disappear. One of my subscribers and commenter mentioned that in Germany, in Berlin, there's no corned beef already. There is shortage of other kinds of food. There is, it's worldwide. And everything is done on purpose, just to scare everybody into hysteria. And prepare everybody, prime everybody to take that vaccine when it's finally become available. So don't buy that. Don't buy into that BS. Do not take vaccine, because that vaccine will kill you before any virus would. Okay, thank you for watching, everybody. Please share this video if you find it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next upload. Bye bye.